This is what you all been waiting for,
Oh
ain't
my
it?
gosh.
She's on the Forbes list.
I think a bunch of people don't like her because she has like that whole multiple personality disorder type thing. But like
Disorder.
Is it a disorder?
no, but like she has all these different like personas,
Characters.
I guess. Yeah, characters, and a whole bunch of people don't like her because of that. But I actually think like that she's going along with it pretty well because I don't think we've seen anything like scandalous, like Nicki Minaj did this or whatever. And like I actually like her music as much as people down talk her. She has like decent songs, and like her underground stuff from back in the day was actually not bad. Like it was good, and like so she went mainstream and she changed her image. But I still like her music. Like just because she has like a bunch of different characters doesn't mean.
I don't necessarily feel like she changed her image. I felt like she branded herself to a point where she could actually, make the money, get attention, and because she had that money, she was able to like build herself to where she wanted to be. Like at first, you don't have the resources to build like your whole gimmick or your whole brand. But now that she started getting into Young Money and Lil Wayne and all of them, they were able to brand her and make her who she is now.
I agree. I think she's actually like a smart like businesswoman in an aspect because she took a gimmick and made it a brand. And like now she is, like you said, on the Forbes list because if she didn't like somehow like latch onto something that this gimmick of being a Barbie, like she wouldn't have like a lipstick, a perfume. She wouldn't have like her own clothing line now. And so I'm glad like she branded herself the way she did and how she turned somewhat a negative into a really good positive for herself. So now she's getting multiple checks than just getting like a one check as like Trina gets.
I also enjoy the fact that she's a woman and she's in a really male dominated culture of hip hop, you know what I mean? I enjoy that so much. And she hasn't fallen by the wayside or the men don't respect her or don't think she's up to caliber. Like those men respect Nicki Minaj. Like they're like, you are Nicki Minaj and you are a rapper. You're not just like a female.
She's very successful and very smart in a way. And I know a lot of people can disagree with this, but I really do like enjoy her music.
I really do too. It's girl music. It's girly. I love girly,
Did you guys
empowering
have
music.
She can always go from girly music to, I'm that
Hood.
I'm that
hood
bitch.
girl.
I keep on bringing up the Forbes list, but I'm on the Forbes list. I am making YMCMB. I am bringing in that revenue. I am that bitch. And I just feel like she's a great performer. She's a great artist. She's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
And like if you could look at her, you can look at her from different points of views. It's not just she's a rapper. Like she is a businesswoman. And I feel like she knows that, music can only take you so far. Like an artist,
She's gonna be in a new movie.
I was about to say, do you think she's gonna start acting?
Yeah, I feel like she knows that, like,
It's
unlike
the
Lil
other
Wayne-
woman or something, and it has Cameron Diaz. She plays like her secretary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't she want to start off as acting first?
Yeah, she went to an acting school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, all those theatrics. She's gotta be.
all interchangeable.
Yeah, for
her.
her. Interchange.
I think she's just being smart with her moves. Like, it's not just about music. Now that you have the money, like, invest your money into other things, do other things.
And that's one of her lyrics. She says something. She says something like, "You don't know what I dabble in," or something.
Yeah.
Along those lines. I don't know what lyric it is, but she says like all this stuff that she gets into. Like she's everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing to like branch yourself out after you like get big, because then like that helps you stay relevant in the industry, not just like in music, but like she can go into producing or just like doing all this other kind of stuff, and that's like a smart business tactic on her side.
See, now, one thing I don't like about Nicki, though, is her level of enhancements that she's done. I feel like, even though I enjoy how big her ass is sometimes, I'm like, oh, look at that ass.
14.
Exactly. Like, even though I'm like, oh, God, see Nicki. I'm just like, did it have to be that big? No, because we all know, like, that's not hers. Right. So I'm just like, her teeth, too, and of course her hair. So I'm just like, do you really have to go that overboard? But I feel like she, again, is being a little smart with it and, like, transitioning, even though she does, like, objectify like her own ass, like, you know, like,
Her boobs
oh, my
too.
ass and her boobs. I feel like she's kind of making that transition. I've seen her like more with her natural hair. I've seen her like with less makeup on.
Yes.
And so I feel like I hopefully like she tones it down and goes back to like her roots, because I think she did kind of, you know, do the big ass and like the new teeth and the wigs just to like to have that brand. And I really hope she does like shift back to, you know, her real true self of just like the natural hair and, you know, just like who you are.
Yeah,
Because her audience would relate to her more if she was less enhanced.
being a judge on American Idol, do you think that she played like a vital role in that, or she was just like a whatever?
I think she was like a gimmick for American Idol, honestly. Like the whole her and Mariah Carey battling it out. Like I was like, I'm so sick of you two. It is not about you two.
Yeah.
Like the show ended up being about them, and I didn't appreciate that.
But I feel like she didn't live up to the potential of what she could have been on that show, just because the beef with Mariah started off so early. Like they were still doing auditions when they were like having their feuds.
Yeah.
And so when they went into like the top 24, top 12, and you know top 10, 5, whatever, like it was just like a sour taste in all of our mouths, because you can feel the tension on the panel. Every time Mariah Carey would talk, Nicki Minaj was over here like
making her faces,
you know, looking at her nails, same like vice versa.
Yeah,
so I just feel like they weren't the judges that they could have been, and like it sucked for the contestants if they were really looking for advice. And I will say another thing I don't like about Nicki Minaj is, of course, the lightening of her skin.
Oh, so obvious too.
Like, throughout the years, I feel like the more success she gets, the more like her brand gets bigger, and the more like her name becomes a household name, her skin gets lighter, her hair gets fairer, she becomes, you know, starts looking a certain way. Even though like I've seen her more often with like her natural hair, just like on Instagram and stuff, like when she's doing interviews or when she's, you know, making promos on TV, like it's back to the blonde hair though.
See, it's like that kind of sucks, because like that's not what got you started. Like of course, like you started off this way, like you can do all this stuff to you, like her enhancements and whatnot, but like to lighten your skin, or if she even did that, like that's kind of fucked up. It's like, excuse the language, you gotta remember when it comes to that aspect where you came from, how you started, and what got you here.
You are.
Yeah.
Like you're not white. Don't try to be white.
You had to change yourself like this for people to like you. Like you gotta change your skin.
If you see pictures with Nicki Minaj with her family, she sticks out like a sore thumb because she's so light now. And it's just like everyone else in your family is one shade and you're white.
Natural looking. It is not natural looking.
She's the Michael Jackson of the
She's like glowing.
Beyonce looks a little fair skinned, and I'm just like, Beyonce, if I look back at these Destiny's Child videos, you know you brown and you are not white.
So
like,
please.
she looking real light skinned in like these Color Girl or whatever, or like this hair, you know, commercial. Like what? Like when did you get white?
When you know you wearing the third beige at the drugstore.
Yeah,
You know what I
all the way over
mean?
here.
She's trying to come out like, oh, they're a cover girl for colored women or for women of color, and then I'm like, you wear sable. You don't wear cocoa, honey.
She's made some smart choices in her career. There's just a few things I wish she would have gone about differently. Definitely the skin lightening, you know, her enhancements. But I feel like overall she's a success. In like 5-10 years from now, I see her like still being relevant.